All right, I give you a quick rundown of what I've been working on. It's been a while since my last video, probably almost a week, which is very unusual for me. You guys know I show you things whether or not they're done. Haven't been able to do much. It's one of those life gets in the way kind of moments. But I hope to get a hack on this pretty heavily this weekend and try to get some of the integral pieces done. For instance, the fan in the roof. I need to get it done. In the floor here, I just took some of the painted reflectix off the windows so you can actually see in here now. I've got to. I would love to be in a position of getting the panels on top. I did buy a stepladder. I know that doesn't sound like much, but I was going to rent one, but I decided I would buy it because being urban locked for foreseeable future, I am not going to have an issue with storage. I'm going to get a storage facility, so I imagine that stepladder is going to be valuable to me in the future. So I will get it. I got one with a 300-pound limit. I weigh about 250, which is right at the 250 range for the next step down. But I like to give my big butt a little leeway, so I decided to go with the 300. So over here on the other side, sorry about the mess. I'm still cutting and cleaning. I cut some of the gap filler off. I made this a little bit neater, believe it or not. And it's still light tight. I did paint the window. They told me to paint the window, but did a horrible job. I'm going to put another coat, but this is rubberized, so I can just scrape it off. I don't want to put anything in there that's going to require that I have to use any kind of chemicals to get it off. Not that chemically sensitive, but I'm allergic to everything, so I don't take a lot of chances. So I need to get that done. I'm going to go around to the other side here. On the opposite side, you can see I have started cutting my roof. Fortunately, we've got a few days without rain, hopefully. So I'm going to be able to get this. I did attempt to cut it. I'm cutting it from underneath rather than on top. Just because of where I'm doing it, I just need to do it less publicly. So the most work-intensive part of this is going to be cutting this space open. Putting the fan on top is going to be a little bit of work, but it's not going to be consistently as loud as cutting this. So I tried to jigsaw from underneath. It's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is get one of the grinders with a cutting wheel, or with the Dremel Sawmax or Ultra Saw, and use that. I also realized very quickly, stupidly enough, I didn't have any eye protection. I am going to need eye protection. So that's what I'm working on right now. I put some trim along the top here. Unfortunately, it was not as wide as I expected, so it didn't really serve the purpose I wanted it to serve. But I also need to put some at least decorative trim across the top to blank out the metal there. And I need to put a little bit more of that plastic insulation in a few spots. So I'll be doing that as well. But the big part is going to be getting this cut this weekend, and getting the thing set up to do the panels. If you can look on top here, you can see how dirty the top of this van is. That's one of the reasons I've got the stepladder. I need to get on top and clean this thing off. You see, I begin to clean off the area that I'm cutting out right now for the fan. So I'll be working on that. This is just a holy mess. So I just get some goof off and up there with a tile now that I actually have something I can climb on and get to the top. It's 4 feet from the ground. I'm 6'2", and the top of this van is about a little bit shorter now, maybe a little under 6 feet. So I mean, from the wheelbase, not from the inside. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I just want to let you know I'm still at it. So it's just basically a report on non-progress and the beginning of something that will be progress. I suppose I could have cleaned this off, because I'm going to cut it out. Heck, I don't need to clean it off. I'm just going to cut it out, and then I'll clean around it later. All right, that's all I've got, and I will talk to you later as the process proceeds this weekend. Just don't rain until I get a chance to get this thing cut. I'm actually out where I work doing this cutting because it's very loud, and I'll probably be doing that again. I just got to bring a generator out here. Why am I doing this where I work? They're working on the building, so I can run my generator and cut it out here without anybody really paying me a lot of attention. So it's just the best of the situation as I can do it now, because I'm still in a noise sensitive. But these are the last really noisy things I've got it done, is to cut this ceiling. I do have to drill a couple of holes for the wires over there for the solar panels, down to the solar panel box that contains, you know, the controller, the inverter, etc. And I've got to drill a hole through the bulkhead wall to run the wires for the batteries, which I'm going to put directly behind the driver's seat. All right, that's a very long video without a lot of substance, but I'll be back. I just want to give a I'm alive status.